It's nearly midday and I've had a lovely morning writing. I've done a lot of planning, a lot of world building this month, but not a lot of actual sitting down and writing. And so it was great just to kind of get a chapter, or like not even a chapter, they're just musings, they're kind of rewrites written out in my paper republic. I kind of move between handwriting and typing. Anything which has a lot of dialogue, like any scenes with a lot of dialogue, I will always type. Anyway, I'm gonna go get some lunch and I think I'm gonna try and go to a National Trust property this afternoon. It's gonna be a bit of a trek to get there, but I think it would be worth it if I go. It would be fun to go look around somewhere new. Lola is also so sleepy. Look at her, she's so cute. So I've just arrived and already it's beautiful. I'm so pleased I took this journey even though it was quite long. So you come through this archway and there is this utterly peculiar, like damp room. I don't know what this is, I'm gonna have to find out. This house really is beautiful, the grounds are stunning and there are so many secret passageways. There are just these little like features dotted around everywhere. After a little while walking around, I went to this coffee shop. I watched the birds for a little while. There were so many. I love how they all congregate in outside cafes. It genuinely makes me so happy. And robins are my favourite birds, one of my favourite animals. So it was so wonderful to see several of them just hopping around the table around me. And I again turned back to my trusted Paper Republic journal to do some more writing. There is something so comforting about sitting in a cafe or sitting in an unfamiliar space with just your notebook. Like I find this notebook very, very safe, very comforting. It's almost cozy. And then after that, I headed home. And this is Lola when I got back. She was eating a carrot. She loves carrots.
What have you got, Lola?
She loves carrots almost as much as me. Carrots are my favourite foods, if you didn't know, and I eat a copious amount of carrot. I've got all of these written out, and I'm just going to hole punch it so that I can make a kind of little string booklet. Oh wait, I was going to do it like that, but I could do it like a flipbook style, which would be so much more fun. I was going to use my Lamy fountain pen, but instead I'm going to use a dipping pen. This is the ink I'll be using right now. It's the moss green one. I got this one years ago. I think I got it when I was like 17 or 18, and it's such a special ink that I've only used up about that much. This beautiful dipping pen was a gift from my friend Kenzie. It's gonna go like this, and then it's got all of these ridges where the ink gathers, and it actually writes for a really long time.
What is this?
Good girl, stay. Stay. Go on. There's more in here. See? I'm also just going to fill this up. This is their water. The next thing I need to do is water the plants in the greenhouse. It is possible, I suppose, that sometime we will learn everything there is to learn. What the world is, for example, and what it means. I think this as I am crossing from one field to another in summer, and the mockingbird is mocking me, as one who either knows enough already or knows enough to be perfectly content not knowing. Song being born of quest, he knows this. He must turn silent, where he suddenly assaulted with answers. Instead, I hear his wild, caustic, tender warbling ceaselessly unanswered. At my feet, the white-petaled daisies display the small suns of their centrepiece. Their, if you don't mind me saying so, their hearts. Of course I could be wrong. Perhaps their hearts are pale and narrow and hidden in the roots. What do I know? But this, it is heaven itself to take what is given, to see what is plain, what the sun lights up willingly, for example. I think this as I reach down, not to pick, but merely to touch the suitability of the field for the daisies, and the daisies for the field.
What will I do? And then later on, they'll be like,
In the evenings, I've enjoyed doing journaling to finish the night. I've really got into journaling recently, and I just made this spread inspired by Atonement, like the cinematic beauty of the film Atonement. So I just chose some of my favourite stills. I like the idea of just being able to look at this and conjure that hazy dreaminess that film captures. I've done this as well for The Secret Garden, and it's a really fun journal idea, so I would definitely recommend.